Hello, I'm Jonathan Leon, Senior Director for Regional Impact in Georgia. The right to vote is sacred in a democracy. My grandparents were a part of the Great Migration out of southern states like Georgia because that right and their full humanity was not recognized. Before the Voting Rights Act of 1965, African Americans faced enormous obstacles to voting in the United States, but especially in the South. The 15th Amendment, ratified in 1870 after the Civil War, declares that no citizen should be denied the right to vote because of their race. But Black voters continue to face disenfranchisement through discriminatory practices like poll taxes and literacy tests. During the civil rights movement of the 1950s and 60s, activist organizations like SNCC and CORE organized voter registration drives for Black voters in the Deep South. The violent resistance they faced at the hands of local police and KKK members garnered national attention. The fight for voting rights came to a head during the Selma to Montgomery March in 1965, when Alabama state troopers violently attacked nonviolent civil rights marchers. The incident pushed Congress to act quickly on legislation to ban discriminatory voting practices. President Lyndon B. Johnson signed the Voting Rights Act into law August of 1965. The Voting Rights Act was a major civil rights victory. However, voter suppression is still happening today through tactics like gerrymandering, reducing the number of polling stations, and limiting voting by mail. Legislation that protects voting rights is essential to building a more equitable society. At Leadership for Educational Equity, or LEAD, we help our members understand how policy and advocacy, elected leadership, and community organizing function as tools for disrupting the status quo at the systemic level. If you are an alum from the CHCI, Latinos for Education, New Leaders, Public Allies, Teach for America, or Urban Teachers, you qualify for free leadership development from LEAD. See what workshops, fellowships, and online courses can accelerate your power behind the issues most personal to you and your community. Sign up at joinlead.org to build a more equitable world for all of us.